And we will also invite the Vice Chief Engineer, Mr. Wang, to introduce more behind story to us. So this is the tram we call the Optics Valley Quantum Tram, unveiled here in Changchun, and this is also produced and created by Changchun Railway Corporation Company. So this is the Changchun Railway Vehicles from CRRC. We talk about, actually this is not subway, this is the train, and this is the hybrid resources. So we can use it to burn fossils, and we also can use electricity to drive it moving forward. So this is a hybrid car, or we can use the all-electric hybrid power. We also can use electric and electric hybrid power. So we also can carry some batteries. So for the remote areas where there's not enough or sufficient power supply, we can use internal electric power supply. So this is our Fuxing train. I believe a lot of Chinese people very familiar with it. This is established, or we talk about this is released last year. The Fuxing tram is so well known and widely applied and used in China. And for our company, CRRC Changchun Railway Vehicles, we also own the patent. So for the speed, around 350 to 380 kilometers per minute. So that's around the 350 to 380 kilometers per hour, and this is quite widely used in China. We talk about what's new for this time is this is the whole carbon fiber materials. So right now, maybe you can find some cars that use to transit between Beijing and Shanghai. They look really sharp and smart. For sure, the speed is so fast. And let's look at this one. This is what we use for Beijing subway. And this is a new product that's off the line last year. And this is what can be realized for this one is unmanned drive. So from the factory, where we talk about from the workshop to the rail operation line, it can be unmanned. Right now, we used it for Yanfang line. And right now, yes, this is already put in operation. So we talk about unmanned tech. Why we still have a driving room? So this is with the two considerations. Number one, still the technique in unmanned field is not so matured yet. So for the more secure or the safeguard purpose, we still keep this driving room. And for the real operation, actually, we not really need this one. So the scale, right now, the model you are looking at is around 1 versus 20. So this is, in Chinese character, means Beijing. So this is kind of like a logo. And from the very first one we provide to Beijing subway, that was 1969 till now, we keep this logo. So this is really environmental friendly and also showcased advanced technology right now we use for subway or metro. And let's look at this one. So this is two storage. And this is also the motor train unit, or the CRH. And this actually for export. We export this kind of model to Australia and already put in service. So more than 100 this kind of train right now is running around Australia. So you can find this in Sydney. How many people we can accommodate? Around 150 to 200 people. So look at here is the Sydney CRH. So this model exported to Sydney, and you can find it in Australia. This is two storage. Before, in our old mindset, we always think like we need to import a lot of technologies or other materials from outside China. And right now, with our hard work and dedications, and also follow the General Secretary Xi Jinping's guideline, we also export a lot of trains and technologies outside China. So you look at this one, this is more like a coastal purpose train. This is a tram car. So around 330 to 350 centimeters above the surface. It's very easy to get on and off. So for this one, this is called the close to earth or close to ground tram car. So the purpose of this kind of one is people after they get off the subway, so instead of getting on the bus, so we provide this tram car to transit people from the subway station to their home. So for a city purpose, we don't need tunnels underground. Only this one is perfect enough to solve the last mile or the last kilometer transportation issues. We already applied this technology around China, so you can find the similar cars in Changchun, Shenyang, Chengdu, Shanghai, Wuhan, and Sanya of Hainan province. And this one exactly for Sanya. So that's why you can see a lot of the sea or ocean feel. That's look and touch actually for Sanya, because Sanya is a coastal city. So it's not with a very cutting-edge technology, also with a very eye-attracting design. So let's look at this one. So normally we talk about we have two rails, two track, and this one actually is a single track car. So this is only with single track. So you can see it actually cover the track. Right now we use this for Chongqing. We all know Chongqing has a lot of mountains. So this is car with a very good function in climbing hills. So that is why we use this a lot in Chongqing province. We have around 700 cars running in Chongqing. And Chongqing, can tell, is the city that uses the largest amount of the trains. And for our company, actually, we also have that capability of producing the largest number of these kind of cars. So we talk about CRRC Changchun Railway Vehicles. This is a well-known state-owned company, and General Secretary Xi Jinping also paid a visit to the factories and workshops of CRRC Changchun Railway Vehicles. And we talk about the company's roots date back to the establishment of Changchun Car Company in 1954. We're very dedicated in research and development. We look at the different kind of technologies, and we also have a large variety of products. So our products and technologies not only lead the market, also gain a lot of focus from the national government. So General Secretary Xi Jinping wants us to be the lead, to take the driving seat to leading the whole market, not only for China, but also around the world, to create a very well-known brand. So talk about the well-known products. This is we talk about the Hexie Hao. This is also a CRH. Before actually we introduce the technology, and on top of that, we upgraded the technology. So this one is actually more favorable to use in northeast or west-east regions. It's really good to use in a really extreme cold weather. So that is why we use it a lot for the northern part of China, and also based on the technology we imported, we also innovated on top of that. And so right now the technology we use for Hexie CRH, that's something more suitable for China to use. So we have Fuxing, we have Hexie. That's all different kinds of the CRH or the car units. So this is for Changchun Metro. Besides Beijing subway, we also designed for Changchun Metro. This is for Line 2. And this is quite typical metro product. And this is also our key products. We have a lot of similar products, and this one is designated for Changchun Metro. Always run in a very stable performance. So all the models you are seeing today, that's only a small part of our whole variety product line. Yes, we provide around 30,000 different models. And you can find our products in 20 cities in China and also 20 cities around the world. So let's say our viewers, you go out, so all the transit vehicles, everything, think about the railways, the trains, you all enjoy the service and products provided by CRRC Changchun Railway Vehicles. So from the second you come out of your home to the destination, we have a basket of solutions provided to our customers. So with a very brief introduction and a bigger picture of Changchun Railway Vehicles, we come into today's highlights. So we come into this highlight. This is the first of its kind. So we have this whole carbon fiber material car. So this is one of its kind around the world, and we call it Optics Valley Quantum. So this is, we talk about that this is the first commercial car. We use composite materials, and this is for urban area and also for the commercial purpose. We had one before for Wuhan province. So before that named as Wuhan Optic Valley Quantum, so we also follow the same name, but this one is made in full carbon fiber. So the first half of next year, we will finish all the trials, debut off the assembly line, and put it in service in Wuhan. You can check this out next year in Wuhan. How many of these products right now in the pipeline? There's still under development. We have a product line that's basically made in carbon fiber and other composite materials. I look at this, the overall length is not that long. So this is only part of the train. Actually, this is, yes, only with one module. So normally for a one train or one tram, we have 5 modules. So right now we present only one module. So because this is easier to put in this exhibition hall, we only show one module of the whole carbon fiber optics valley quantum. This is the all carbon fiber tram. So the speed around 700 km/h. We have 5 modules. We can accompany 368 people. So with the 34.8 meters long. So we have all this index showcase here. So from all these numbers, we cannot really have a real touch and feel about how advanced the technology is. Can we on board to check what's inside? So we talk about we provide one for Sanya that's close to Earth or close to ground, the tram car. So this one is also really close to ground, so that's very convenient and easy to be on board. And we also use the techniques that they do not need internet access. They only have internet access, or the train only need to use internet at the destination or at the stop. So we talk about these trains actually do not really require internet access. So we talk about why we're doing this. So for cities, we think about all these kind of cities actually run through the cities. So it's not that convenient to build up a lot of a high pressure telegraph poles. And this is because it's a passenger car. So we want to provide something that's really convenient and a passenger-friendly service. So that is also why we do not really need a lot of internet access through the whole journey. So let's look at this is our simulation. So through this animation, we provide our customers a direct look and feel about how it can look like through the whole journey. We talk about, actually we also use the battery, and the battery actually you charge for 2 minutes. That can help you to run 10 kilometers. So this will be only available the first half of next year, and the people, our viewers, if you're in Wuhan, you are lucky enough to try this out next year. And this is also the old carbon fiber tram. Let's go inside. Let's look at all the stops. So from the Guanggu Industrial Park, let's count. I believe there are 18 or 19 stops. So it started at 6:30 a.m. till 11 p.m. So we use the multimedia service, so our passengers will easily rate the whole journey, where they are. So we talk about the material. They are all carbon fiber. So the material is really cutting edge. We talk about the highlight of this tram. This is the all carbon fiber tram. So we talk about, we leave this side of wall to showcase the carbon fiber. Before we use metal, and right now this is the carbon fiber. So give you a really direct look and feel about how carbon fiber looks like. So why we use carbon fiber? So first, let me touch it. So before we use all metals, right now we change or replace it to carbon fiber. So this is carbon fiber. So why carbon fiber? So talk about the strengths or the resilience. Actually, carbon fiber have the same performance or even better performance than metals. And we talk about actually why we use carbon fiber, because it's really lightweight. So talking about the transportation vehicles, we have really strict requirement on weight of vehicles. So we use carbon fiber. It helps us to lower the weight by 30 to 40%. So that also helps us to have more passengers on board. And that also helps us to save energies. So people always love saving energies. And this is also a key index for all the users and suppliers. So every step on the journey is all help to save some energies. And this is also a concept of clean energy. And for the trial, we will run around 70 kilometers. So we calculate the time used for passengers on board of the trains. So we talk about the 19 stops. We don't know how long it will take throughout the whole journey. And the technology actually we use here, the highlights of the tram is the carbon fiber. We not use metals because metals compared to carbon fiber, very heavyweight. So right now we use carbon fiber. It helps us to save 30% to 40% of the body weight. For that save the body weight, that can help us to get more passengers on board. And also at the same time, we save more energy. We talk about it's not really in speed. We have a higher speed car. The highlight of this new product is all carbon fiber, and even the floor is also carbon fiber. Let's go to the driving cab. What do we provide here in driving cab? What's new here? So first of all, the whole frame, we also use carbon fiber. So for the driving cab, first of all, it provides really good visibility. because this is really run not in the tunnel. This is run on the street. So this provides really good visibilities for drivers, and it will also provide the turning pictures and also the turning signs. So provide a really comfortable driving experience. And for carbon fiber, also help us to realize noise reduction and also have a very good heat preservation. So you have a very good thermal insulation. So it's not only for the winter and also for summer, it's also very cool inside. So according to the numbers we talk about the noise insulation, we talk about the noise reduction, we talk about the heat insulation that can help to increase the performance by 60%. We talk about the carbon fiber have a long duration compared to the metals. So it also can help to increase lifespan of the whole cars and the parts. And we also provide a very good anti-corrosion performance. This is something really good and supreme, especially compared to metals. And this is really provided for the bus, so you can scan your car here to pay the fee. So this will be the first all-carbon fiber tram called Optics Valley Quantum, will be off the line next year. So they will be the first one for commercial purpose. And this is the conceptual train we'll talk about. This will be used for the subway. So let's look at locomotive. This is showcase the high tech and power with this very strong and sharp look. So we already received orders for this one. This is still under development and experiment. So this is a project we will conduct in Shenzhen, and this is also one of the key national projects. So this is we use the shape B model. This is right now still a conceptual car, but will be our next generation of cars we will use for subway. So we use OLED touching screen panels. So we will also have the technologies for disabled people. We also have the passenger counting technologies. So all here name all the advance of the technologies we use for this new model. It's like the integration of all cutting-edge technologies. So let's get on to see how it looks like inside. So this is really high-tech. It's like science fiction. So this is the touching screen. This is the OLED touching screen. So you can check weather. And right now, this is only for display. So this is all LED touchscreen panels. And we talk about the OLED, it's quite cutting-edge technology. And this will also give you a taste about the traffic. whether it's a traffic jam or whether there will be a potential traffic jam. This will not only provide you the stops or the coming up stops, will also provide what kind of shopping malls we'll have at this stop, and we will go to which exit or where you would like to go. You can also check how you get there. And we'll also analyze the passenger traffic. Talk about the seats. This is also the new material seat. This is also carbon fiber, you are right. And also for the doors, we also use the composite material, which is also the carbon fiber. And for the lightings, you can see it's changed. So based on the number of passengers on board and also the lightings outside the tram, it will change the color accordingly. It's not just something look good, look nice, but we talk about if it's run in the evening, so it's quite dark outside, then the inside of the train will also have a dark light. And we also provide Wi-Fi, which is a must for nowadays. We talk about the passenger counting function. So you can see we have cameras. So with these multiple cameras, it will analyze how many passengers in this cabinet, and we can know exactly where we will provide the heat, where we will let the air conditioned to start to work. With more passengers on board, maybe we need to let the air conditionings run at a lower temperature. So this all can be adjusted accordingly and automatically. And for the OLED, this will be especially provided for the high passenger lines and also for the tourism lines. So if there are a lot of stops for tourism, then we will provide this kind of OLED touching screen. And you touch it, they will showcase a lot of information. If you not touch it, then it's just a glass. So you would like to know the coming stop, what kind of the shopping malls we have. So this is like the shopping malls, what kind of the sightseeings that provide for the next stop, and any good restaurant. So kind of these informations will be available through these OLED touch screen panels. So if we look at this from outside the tram, actually just a normal piece of glasses. But you can look at this from the inside. And we talk about the lighting. This can change accordingly. And we also change the color of the glass so that provide a better experience. And they also provide the transfer information. So for our passengers, you would like to transfer from this line to that line, or from the tram car to the buses or the subways. It's provided all these kind of informations. We also have entertainment functions. So that's the multimedia information here. So we talk about the food, sightseeings. We also can put some video clips here to provide more information to our passengers. And we also you can check the live news through the OLED touch screen. So besides news, we also can provide some like discount coupon, and it also can link to the internet because we provide Wi-Fi. So you can do online shopping, ticket booking. You can use this touching screen. Of course, you can also use your smartphone, but our touching screen also can help you to do all these jobs. Let's look at the driving cab. Will be run automatically. We talk about there's no need for a driver. So why we still have this driving cab? That's for the emergency case. So that is why we talk about that this is only built up in one piece, which means there is no door to separate the driving cab and the carriage. So here you can see the temperature, the speed, all this driving index will be available here. Talk about the other features. We really did a lot of job in the power usage. We can absorb powers during the whole journeys. So let's list the batteries we use inside. And we also have a solar panel on the top of the whole car. So that solar panel will provide the energy that used inside, like all these screens and the Wi-Fi. Actually, that will be energy provided by solar panel. This is very environmental friendly, very good experience on board. So this is a conceptual car. This will be used for the next generation metro. So when this will be available to receive orders and can be rolled out to the market, I would like to say this very good news. So after we produce this kind of car, we had a lot of the customers. They're really interested in this model, and they also would like to have that intention to place orders. Very soon, I can tell you that very, very soon, you will have the access to your daily transportation. We also would like to see that one day our technologies can provide a more passenger-friendly service. So that's a low energy consumption, environmental friendly, easy to use, good experience car. That's our principle. Let's go outside to have a look at the whole picture of this next generation metro car. What about the speed for the next generation metro car? There's no big change in speed. And right now we talk about all the things we are upgraded. So nothing really will help to increase the speed, because right now the speed is around 120 km per hour. And we also, with the high speed, it can reach to 160. Very soon, we will see the similar products roll out to the market. And they can operate in different lines in different cities. So we think about the safety. People ask whether this is good enough to protect itself from a traffic collision. All these actually into our consideration, and we follow strictly to the national standards. So don't worry, our viewers, this is very safe enough. And we also have the barrier sensor. So if there's some barriers or objects in the way of the journey, that also will provide alarm to the drivers. So driver will know exactly what's in the way. So we talk about the drivers. They will lose their job because this unmanned tech will be used. So whether they still need a driver on board. So we talk about this is the future trend. This is the future momentum. It's not talk about like we're saving the head count. This will provide more reliable driving performance. So we talk about actually all these drivers. Their job is still there, but they will perform different jobs compared to the old days. We talk about the unmanned tech. This is also talk about automatic operation. Till now, around the world, we already have products in automatic operation. So actually, this kind of technology already widely applied. So it's not involved any legitimate or legal issues. This is kind of the automatic driving actually provide better safety in driving. So how long should we wait till we can onboard the next generation metro car or the unmanned technology car? So right now, China enjoys very fast speed in these areas. So in Beijing and other cities, they already use the unmanned technology trains or cars. Due to the interest of time, this is coming to the end of our live stream. We show our viewers the high-tech technologies. The technology really changed our life and